Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for clicking on this video and taking time to watch it. I haven't uploaded in a fat minute. It's been probably about a month and a half, and life has been going. I've been going to some Pokemon events, didn't record those. I've been working around the property, didn't record that. I got my wisdom teeth removed, didn't record that. Yes, a lot of things that I've done that I did not record for content. Some intentional, somewhat not intentional. It gets to be a lot trying to live your life through a camera with only the, 4-ish or 6 videos that I've posted. It gets to be a lot managing a camera, so little respect for has been developed for those who do this all the time. But I figured I'd take a break. I've been sitting on this footage for a while. Did all of it, like I said, about a month and a half ago. And edited most of it then. And then, by not uploading it immediately, I gave myself a chance to record some more content that is now in this video that I was able to add to the original. And I just finished editing it as of the day this is going to get uploaded. So, got around to it, finally. It's nice to have it done. And, yes, life has been good. I'm still here, praise God. It's a blessing. There are a lot of things I'm thinking about YouTube. Some completely unrelated to my personal channel. I've come into a little bit more responsibility, and good responsibility, a responsibility I enjoy. And I'm going to see about focusing my efforts there a little more, so my channel may just inevitably go dead, or I may upload every now and again from time to time, but with no consistency. But that's okay, because I don't live off of YouTube funds revenue, and not looking that way for a while. But I do have exciting news. With the release of this video, I have already had news updating me on things that I'll talk about later in the video. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that, which does involve a part 2 of this video. So, I'll let you take your guesses. It won't be much of a stretch. You'll catch on pretty fast. With all of that covering the basis, glad to be back, and let's jump into this video. As per my usual time lapses, hopefully it flows smoothly. This is the endeavor of picking up a motorcycle. Right now we'll be picking up some puppies. I tried to slow down most of the puppy parts because we love seeing puppies. Puppies must go up, except for Charlie. Charlie's a good girl. Arcanine was being reluctant to come to the house. There he is. He's a good boy. So puppies must go up for their safety. I'm all dressed in work clothes, prepared for what this might entail. Picking up the necessary tools and whatnot, battery charger, batteries, air compressor, good old Milwaukee battery operated air compressor. Got all the other batteries in the back of the trunk. I do apologize if it's sped up to the point where you can't tell what's going on, but if it wasn't sped up, it's gonna be an hour-long video, and I don't have the patience to talk through all of that, and I don't think you have the patience to watch all of it. I am missing most of this video here. This is a bike that has been given to me as of right this moment, was given to me by my aunt. It was my cousin's, his personal bike before he passed away. The bike that had before this one, I have before this one, is also from my cousin. He gave it away to me as a gift before he passed away from brain cancer. Um, it's been a blessing in many, many ways. But that's a little backstory on that. Right now, I'm covering all the bases. This bike has been sitting for quite some time. It was covered up to protect most of it, mostly protected from the sun. However, stuff still comes through just over time. This has probably been sitting for maybe 2 years or so, at least 1.5. You always hope the first issue is, oh, the battery's dead. So I hooked it up to my car, and we got some lights. We've got power. However, I noticed that the fuel injector was not starting up. So that is a no-no. So I said, well, maybe it's... I guess I noticed the fuel injector a little later. I was hoping it was the battery. As of looking at this, there were a lot of accessory cords attached to the battery. And as you can tell, based on that, the motorcycle batteries are very small. So if you divert too much power from it, you're going to end up with a dead bike if you've got a short anywhere or your accessories are just pulling too much all the time. This bike actually has a fully installed cruise control system underneath the passenger seat, as well as phone charging, cord port installation, and I think there's something else, but I forgot what it was. Oh yes, the front headlights you can notice by the rear, or not rear, front tire, that low light there. So all of this, I was still hoping it was the battery. I did go back to my other bike back at my house, and for reference, this is next door, so not much of a journey. But I did go back to my house to replace a part that I noticed was burnt out. I am not sure exactly what that part's called. But I was again hoping that this was just a battery issue, because it kept turning on. I believe it was about... And since I couldn't get it started, I yielded and got it onto a trailer and brought it over to my house. This is the lovely tie-down job. I forgot to record it, so I could only take pictures. Now, this is a different day. This is getting ready to take my current bike and the bike that I just picked up that you saw over to a mechanic shop to harvest parts from the bike that I had just picked up to fix the current one, or whichever one was more operational than the other, whichever one had least mechanical difficulties. Put it on a charger that I hook up to a Milwaukee battery that hooks up directly to the battery. It's a little jump starter. I think I spent maybe $15 to $30 on it. Great investment. You just need a regular Milwaukee battery. Sit it for a minute and it will start. Speaking of batteries, the truck was dead when I went to go turn it on, so I need to prep this. This is the day before. And so the truck has 2 batteries, so I started charging one and ended up leaving that one overnight. Getting everything squared away, hoping that it starts up. Charlie was following me around all day that day, so she got some loves. You sweet Charlie girl. She's a good girl. We can leave her out. She doesn't follow vehicles. She protects the property. And she's adorable and precious. So she got some love. Puppy love. really getting back into it, covering the bases, making sure everything is going to be squared away. I really just want this to charge, waiting for it. I was kind of stalling. Does it start? Nope, no start. Let's see if I can actually turn the volume up on this. Oh. Hey, there it is. Yep, that's a good sound. Sounds so good. So making sure it warmed up, making sure it had a little bit of charge before I took the battery off. Dusting everything off, and it is time to load this one up onto the trailer. Now this one's got a whole bunch of things that are kind of sketch with it. The brake pads aren't fully connected in the rear. The rear tire is barely holding air. I did stop here to check, make sure everything was good, check tire pressure. So I'm really only going just a short distance, just kind of tootle along the road here just to hop over to the field. And really, I was very grateful that it started, because the alternative was trying to get it up onto the trailer to take it all the way to Bandera. Shout out Kraken Power Sports there in Bandera. That's who I'm taking these bikes to. But yes, that would be difficult if the bike did not start. So here I'm just rearranging the bike so both can fit on at the same time. As you can tell, this is the one that I just picked up in the first segment of the video. Trying to center it on the axis of the trailer, on the axle, excuse me. And then I had to go grab the ramps. It took me a hot minute to find those, and of course one of them was terribly rotted, and the other was just enough for me to justify trying. So toss the rotted one and set that up, and you can see my reflection on the gas tank even though it's very dusty. Nice toodle. And that was the trailer lifting up, as it is not secured to anything. So as I rode the motorcycle on there, it lifted the trailer up and tilted it like a seesaw. So that was funny. Glad nothing happened, praise God, that it didn't tip over or fall or drop on me. So covering those up, because I'll address it tomorrow, and just lock that on there. Cover it back up, protect from the sun, put that there, and here is the next day. It is time to check the truck, because I left the charger on one side, tossed the tripod and the gloves and all that good jazz in there. Went to try it, nothing, so went back up. Alright, time to get the dogs in, because they're everywhere. One dog, two dog, and three dog, and four dog. I got both of them with me. They weren't listening, so I had to wait a minute and find them. And then Charlie's a good girl. She does what she wants. Pulled Mom's truck over to hook up, since that truck also has 2 batteries. Started up. We got going there. Got the truck in position. Gathering all of my motorcycle things that I've been sitting on for a while, of loose parts, extra brake pads, things like that, are all over in that area. I did have to grab a tool to fasten the airflow vent back on top of the battery as it covers it. So yeah, I'm just moving the truck to start loading stuff up. Like I said, I've been sitting on a lot of these parts. My bike looks brutal without its fenders on it. The bike that I've had. So all of these have just been sitting there for quite some time. So loading all of that in, just dropping it all in there. Then I kind of sped through this, organize it all in, make sure everything's not going to fly away as I do a 45-minute drive. I don't know if it was that, probably about. Make sure I had everything, like I said, brake pads, fenders, a lot of the body pieces, nuts, bolts, new windscreen, and anything that I could possibly need, taking it to the mechanic shop that they may need. Because, like I said, the hope is taking parts from one bike and putting them to the other. Whichever bike is in better condition, that one will be harvesting parts from the other bike, which is in not as good a condition. So finally locked that up, tied everything down. This is my way into town. I was able to just make sure, check everything. Everything looked good. Everything strapped down, left, right, forward, back. And we made our way all the way to Bandera with no issues. And everything worked out great. Dropped them off, and it's been, I don't want to tell you wrong, I'd say maybe a month, maybe a month and a half since I dropped it off, both bikes off. But as of today, when this video gets uploaded, I got a call, got confirmation which bike was in better condition, got a quote for the parts that were going to need to be ordered that couldn't be harvested, and tires and things like that. So very excited. I'm going to get back in touch with them tomorrow, and I look forward to recording that and how that goes. The process, well, I'll wait on that. I'll leave that for the next video. However, this does conclude the Motorcycle Revival Part 1. I look forward, like I said, look forward to recording when I get them back, when I pick them up, and going from there and the steps that I need to take once they're back in my possession back here on the property. I'd like to thank y'all for sitting through this whole thing, listening, watching. I know I don't provide the most entertaining content, and I should probably see about getting at least some background music for some of these. I am still working on my content style, whether the time-lapse with the voiceover is what I want to keep doing, if that's what works. If I need to switch to a different form, maybe more short form, more motorcycle videos when all that happens, or just short update videos and reels or shorts and things like that. So still thinking about it, still working on it. Like I said in the beginning, it's not super big of a deal for me right now, as not having that pressure takes some of the nitpickiness that I have when producing. So if I take the pressure off, it may not be as frequent, but the content may end up being more entertaining as a side effect. So, but yes, thank you so much again for taking time out of your day to click on the video and watch it. If you made it all the way through, you're a real one. Like I said, I know it is not the most entertaining. However, I appreciate you taking the time to watch all of it. I pray you have a blessed rest of your week. It is a privilege and a luxury that I get to record, upload, and have people see it. And I thank you for the time you take. As I ramble on, I'll cut myself off so I don't go any further. Thank you again, and have a blessed day.